I'm gonna pray.
Time on Spirit TV, a place for you. It's a beautiful morning. It's a beautiful week that the good Lord has blessed us with. I hope you are doing fine from wherever that you catching us from. Those on Spirit FM, you're doing an incredible job. And those watching us on Spirit TV, God bless you so much. In an incredible way, allow me to extend my token of appreciation to whoever is watching us via the Spirit Media UG app. Remember, when you download that app, Spirit Media UG, you can listen to Spirit FM and you can watch Spirit TV as well and follow through the latest updates on Spirit TV or Spirit Media in general. My name is Simon Masanyu, and this is the Wake Up Call from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. We ride together with my usual suspects. That is Nema Diana, was the king of radio, who happens to be on a sabbatical leave.
After dancing,
he outdid himself.
Yeah,
he did an incredible job over the weekend. There's a Beat Connect on Friday. Saturdays are always busy for him. Sundays are super crazy, so yeah, probably to take a rest. He could not be able to can because na muntu akola.
Do you know that Masanyu, there are people that came calling me Nema Diana?
Really?
You better start pronouncing my name properly.
How should I pronounce it?
Nema Diana.
Nema
Diana. Most of the people came calling me, "Hi Nema Diana, how are you? Can I take a selfie with you?" And I'm like,
and it felt good. I felt good about it from your face. I think you liked it.
Can I talk?
Please.
So people were like, "Hey, hi Nema Diana, how are you? Can I take a selfie with you?" I actually took a number of selfies with people, but my name is Nema Diana.
Yeah.
Nema Diana, Nema Diana, not Nema Diana. Nema Diana is, a name that we use here with my colleagues, just having fun, and just like Masanyu the Jew, for having fun, but the actual name is...
Yeah, I'm not having fun. I'm calling you that.
You're calling me that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Open thank you.
Rebuke now, you change
Open rebuke, yeah. Thank you, teacher, for correcting me. I move on swiftly.
You promised us about a sad story.
This is a bad story.
Yeah.
I think we should appeal to parents out there that have teenagers. This is a senior 2 student that dumps her child in a latrine, and this happens in Namutumba, that is in Bugabula. Bugabula is in eastern Uganda, that side of Busoga. And then the story is a little bit touching. According to the story here, it is assumed that the mother, according to the mother and the clinic staff, she returned shortly without disclosing. She was admitted to a clinic. A senior 2 student began experiencing labor pains at home on Saturday and was rushed by her mother, Mrs. Rose Wampeo, to a certain clinic. And then upon arrival, the young woman asked people around to use the latrine. I want to use the latrine. And then she was directed alone to the clinic latrine. And then according to her mother and clinic staff, she returned shortly after without disclosing what happened. After 5 minutes later, they noticed blood on her legs and asked about the baby. She remained silent. I should say she remained very adamant. The incident occurred in Buyite Sel Bugabule ward, and the administration reported the matter to the police chairperson, who alerted police, and then the police called fire brigade from Iganga district. And then with the help of the local residents, respondents, the baby was retrieved from a 50-foot deep pit latrine covered in human waste, with maggots already entering its ears, mouth, and other parts of the body. The baby and the mother were taken to the health center for medical attention, and the mother was later released on police bond, of course, to carry on with the mother duties of breastfeeding this young baby.
So Masanyu, what I hear from this story, this was an intended act. When you're about to give birth, there is a way you feel like you want to use that. And the doctors that know it, or the health caretakers, while you're into labor pains. Because that's what it feels like. When the baby is descending, when the baby is getting down on your pelvic floor, that's the kind of pain that you feel, and you feel like it's false, but you feel like you really want to use the toilet.
Definitely.
Sometimes you feel like you want to use the toilet for number 2 or number 1, but in actual sense it's just the labor pains and the heaviness of the baby sending down. So I feel like the doctors, or if in case there are 2 scenarios, either before reaching in the hands of the caretakers that she had to go to the toilet, or the caretakers were very negligent. How do you call it? Negligent.
It saves time, you know. It saves time, yeah.
So the caretakers were very negligent.
Yeah,
They let her, because to their knowledge, they should be able to tell that actually when someone is going into labor pains, they ought to ask for a toilet.
And there are gaps in the story here, because before probably I'll let you continue.
Yes.
She was admitted. She was admitted at the clinic with her mother.
Yes.
You get?
And the mother
she was
know better.
admitted. According to her mother, she was admitted because she was heavy and she was due. And senior
so the mother
student.
was very much aware that this child was carrying a pregnancy.
A pregnancy. It is assumed so. Because here the story says at
Unless
22
the mother
years.
didn't know.
Yes. At 22 year senior 2 student experiencing labor pains at home.
22 in senior 2.
Yeah, the
Okay,
village,
yes.
yes. A student reportedly began experiencing labor pains at home on Saturday and was rushed by her mother to a clinic. Upon arrival, she asked to use the toilet and was directed alone to the clinic's latrine.
Look at that, alone.
Someone is experiencing labor pains, and when
you're
she
directing
suggests
them to the toilet.
alone, when they're already experiencing. You mentioned something very profound.
Yeah.
I think that's where I detect the gap in the story.
Yeah.
That someone, you mentioned something that very scientific and that has to do with the technicalities involved when a woman is about to give birth.
My experience with giving birth.
Yes.
When I was giving birth to
your
my
lovely
child,
son.
The moment I reached the hospital,
Yes.
that water that bursts,
Yeah.
and then I started feeling like I really wanted to use the toilet.
Yeah.
And I insisted, like it was, you can feel it that you really need to use the toilet.
Yes.
And the doctors in there were like, you know what, you want to use the toilet, the bucket is there. That's the only thing that we can offer you. Actually, it's okay, you do whatever you want. You do whatever, because they actually know.
They know.
That it's not,
they know.
It's not that you want to use the toilet, because I kept on using the bucket and nothing was coming out. It was just the baby, the pains, the labor pains that was causing that. So until the moment I went to the bucket like this, I nearly gave birth in the bucket.
Huh?
Yes. So the doctors were like, because I was very young. Remember, I gave birth when I was very young, as a teenager. Yeah. So the doctors were like, keep watching her. No one left my space the moment I started asking for toilet. So the moment I sat on that bucket, that's the moment the baby's head came out. So it's possible that she went to the toilet, and the moment she sat on the toilet, and I suspect that is a pit latrine.
It's a pit latrine, yeah. It is a pit latrine.
Yeah. So the moment I sat, the baby's head came out. Yes. And they had to take me back to the
labor ward.
No, to the bed, and then they helped me. They assisted me with giving birth. So I feel like this young woman didn't intend to. It was also a shock, and I don't think she even knew that the baby had come out.
That's
because
very sensitive,
it comes out very fast.
And she was a first-time mother. It comes out very fast, like bah.
Yeah, the moment it's ready, that's how God did it. The moment it's ready and it comes out naturally, that was, false labor pains.
I'm told they cut the umbilical cord.
It comes out now. With this one, they didn't have to cut the umbilical cord, because the baby itself is heavy on the umbilical cord, and remember, it also comes out with a sac.
So the baby just detaches.
No, the baby just goes. Even the man also goes.
Oh, because the story is very vivid and it's very clear.
So I don't think it was intentional.
Well stipulated
she was
that
also shocked.
When asked when asked what happened, she kept mute and adamant. I think she
didn't
was
know,
in a
like,
state
what-
of confusion.
Yeah, confusion.
Yeah,
In
so
shock.
She was. I don't think she intended, because if she checked into the hospital with the mother and she checked into the hospital with the labor pains, this is a situation where the girl was ready to give birth. At 22, you're not a teenager.
Yeah.
You are fully fledged, grown adult.
But if it's your first child, you definitely wouldn't know what would happen.
And then surprisingly, in the twist of
She
things,
had
police.
no control over that.
Surprisingly, in the twist of issues here, in
Yeah.
the turn of events, police here says that everyone has a right to life, and I hope their charges are going to be put on this young girl. Every child has a right to life. Those who abandon babies will be arrested and charged accordingly, either with abortion or infanticide. He said. So they criticize
In fact, what?
infanticide. Nvaako kyekyo. I don't want nonsense.
Kulumunanga. I want to do so. Kwesa bigambo tujosobola. Oh dear.
The world
But
and its fullness belong to God.
Yes.
Regardless,
I just
we
hope
move.
and pray that this baby
Yeah.
makes it through, because
the baby is alive.
No, there is being alive, but the after effects.
No. We
Because
refuse
as
that
the-
in Jesus' name.
That's why I'm praying.
We refuse that.
Yeah.
The baby
Because
shall not die.
This is what happens, Masanyu. Those babies are very fragile and delicate. That even you, the mother, before nursing, do you know what nursing is?
Yeah, I know. It's called winning.
Before you,
It's
before
called winning.
You give
Winning.
them the breast. You
yeah.
ought to wash very well. You ought to change your shoes, but before you go into the nurseries,
Yeah.
where the babies are. It's a safe place, a very clean place, very monitored. But you ought to wash your hands properly, or sanitize, and then tie your hair properly, and then wash your boobie properly before you give it to the baby.
Yeah.
So that means you're mindful of this baby's health.
Yeah.
So just imagine this baby goes into down the 50 feet toilet, latrine actually, where there's feces, there's
Can
maggots,
you use human waste?
whatever. It's
Yeah.
the scientific word.
Yes.
Yeah, so there is maggots, there is a lot of germs, there is a lot of viruses, there is a lot of bacteria in there that this baby has already been in touch with. And remember, their immunity is not that high for them to fight for their, for their health.
Yes.
So we just pray and hope that with the help of the doctors, this baby makes it.
And it's a wake-up call to mothers out there and those
Yeah.
that are planning to have children. Our children are a gift from God, and we ought to handle the entire process with a lot of care, with a lot of dignity, with a lot of respect. And we ought to teach female children, we ought to teach our daughters, we ought to teach the nation the importance and the care that a pregnant woman deserves. In fact, from pregnancy, because the love of the child starts from the moment that you conceive.
Yeah,
the
for
moment
sure.
you get to know that you are expecting, that is when you should be probably taken through the steps, step by step, on how to handle the baby, and then the after effects. I'm told there are some people that get pregnant and they are completely and also ignorant about the process of giving birth.
Yeah.
I don't know if they go for antenatal, I don't know if they don't, but
So
they are
many.
completely ignorant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they should have these things on the fingertips. What happens if you delay to go to the hospital? What happens in case in the night the labor pains attack and you have to deliver from home? What should you do? What can you do to help
constantly have
yourself?
to check in with your doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah, you constantly have to check in with your doctor. But Masanyu,
Yeah.
away from that, I want to hope that this young lady
Yes.
cultivates a very good, in case this baby makes it for sure,
Yeah.
cultivates a very good relationship with this baby.
Mm.
Because the things that this baby will hear later on in life, where they will tell him or her that mama we yakuzala na kusula mutoi. You know, we've been talking about speculations. Ebigambo bitambula. So you can imagine that baby getting to know that actually mama wange yali tanjagala.
Yeah.
And yet in actual sense bambi mkazi watu, it was a mistake also.
And I want to put a detective eye.
So I just hope she cultivates a good relationship with this baby, and you know, afterwards tells the baby herself what happened.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, so
and
the
Diana,
baby is not affected.
another thing I want to attach a detective mind to this story, because the story clearly says that when the child returned from the latrine, the parents observed blood on her legs, and then
the expecting mother.
Yeah, the expecting mother, on asking her what exactly happened, she kept mute and adamant. I'm imagining if this happened accidentally,
she would be running to tell people.
I'm imagining she would
come
be
help me.
running all confused. There's something that I'm not getting. She could be running, crying for help. It takes me back to the circumstances that would be surrounding her getting pregnant. We have a lot of expectant mothers that feared abortion, which I strongly advocate for. Abortion is bad.
Yeah.
And they're like, you cannot abort. Most of from the Christian families, you cannot abort. But in actual sense, the mother has total resentment to the child, probably because of the relationship that they have with the father. So they hold on to the pregnancy for the 9 months.
Yeah.
I want to assume that this young girl of 22 years, when this incident happened, she kind of felt a relief. Like finally,
there's a possibility.
There is a big possibility,
yeah,
that finally this baby is now into the latrine and have nothing to do about it. If this baby dies, well and good to that extent. So I think we need to tell people the value of life, that human life should be preserved at all circumstances, irrespective of the kind of the relationship that you share with the father of that baby. That baby is independent. Dana, we are adults today.
Yeah, today. Yeah,
we are adults today. I don't know the circumstances that surrounded my mother's pregnancy. I don't know what she went through to bring me to this
earth.
Awesome earth.
Yeah.
But the mere fact that I got a chance to live, I'm grateful to God and to my parents. The relationship that they have, whether they are still married, whether they are divorced, that is not my business. But the respect they attach to my life is what I'll forever be grateful for all my entire life.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I hope people learn a lesson.
Yes.
But let me check what time is it, because I don't want us to miss this feedback from different people. TV But I hope people pick a lesson or two from this incident. That even when you have the control over someone's life, you don't know what plans God has for them.
Definitely.
You might find out that this child will get well, be alive and kicking, and then God uses this child tremendously.
And I'm amazed at how God is gracious, Diana.
For him.
I'm amazed at how God is gracious. 50 feet in the latrine,
and still alive.
And then they go back through a fire brigade, and then they retrieve this baby, and then this baby comes out alive and kicking. What an amazing God. The Bible says, I have good plans for you. Plans to give you an expected end. Plans to give you a good future. And it says, I knew you before you were formed in your mother's womb. What an amazing God. I think that baby has something very important, something very mysterious,
special,
and something very special upon their lives.
So as mothers, you should know that you don't know the destiny.
You don't know.
You're just entrusted. You're just a
steward. She's just in your custody.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you don't know what's in the inside of you, what destiny is in the inside of you.
My mother never knew what I would become.
Ochankalanya chibuga ne
chalo. Ku TV Nice. Yali tamanya lya kuteka baby masuka. Ngatamanyi nti ate ngenda kuvamo omuntu omugaso ow'amaanyi mu ggwanga.
And also I want to tell ladies that sometimes you don't know that that is the only gift God has given you, that you might never ever conceive again.
Yes.
You know that.
Yes.
That there are so many people that have have given birth
One,
and
yes.
one child,
And they
then
cannot-
they start looking for a kid,
Forever in
for a
vanity.
child,
In
forever,
vain.
and never ever get another
Yes.
child.
Yeah.
So let's not play when it comes to things of health.
Let's preserve life. Let's be better, not bitter. Let's come back.
We help jumpstart your day like this. The Wake Up Call.